Greetings, I am Live.
And I am Scandal.
And let's play a game together.
All right.
All right. Well, we discussed some really interesting themes in the last one, with the interplay between the chosen descriptors of these characters, and Miki lowers her head. Is she blushing? I can't tell. I forgot that I'm hungry. All I care about is she blushing, and how loudly can I yell her secret at her?
Yes, brilliant.
She does a good job of hiding it behind her bangs, I assume.
Yes.
All this chat about my future is making me hungry. Want to eat now? Hides the blush. Immediately pulls out compact with skin tone. Pop, 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 pop. Blush is gone. Are you hungry?
How did you do that?
I sure do. We order our breakfast and have so much fun chatting with each other. That is so generic. Oh my God, does anyone even describe stuff like that in their own head? I had so much fun chatting with them. You're thinking while it's happening?
Sigh.
After that, we return to my room.
We don't have any particular
Was
conversation.
that a little footy sound of us coming back?
I have no idea, and I don't care.
I think it might have been.
If it was, good job, game. If not, whatever.
It's fine. After that, we return to my room. This is a little bit wild. Hey, that was great. I enjoyed our conversation back there. We didn't talk about anything. We just chatted delightfully and had a conversation.
Brilliant.
I'm like, is this how small talk works in regular people's brains? Is that what this is? Because I don't know how to small talk.
Hi.
Same here, Miki. You've always been a good listener and a better talker. I don't know if she has been a great listener because, again, when we tried to tell people about the ghost experience, everyone but Rena was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, pretty much.
STFU, boy.
Yeah.
So not really a good listener.
I'm also like, all I'm hearing here is a lot of, I'm going to tell you what these people are like. I'm going to tell you what these people are like. These are the appealing, very generic, safe things that you will find to be hot, attractive, or valuable.
Or
These
relationship. These are the waifu characteristics. You don't ever need to see them demonstrated.
God, can
or
someone
display.
explain to me what the fuck a waifu is? Okay, I'm sorry. I don't get it. I've hung around anime and shit for years, and I don't understand. So, I remember when husbando used to be a big thing, and when it really like blew up on the internet, and you could go to the website and you could go, I married this husbando. My friend is looking at me like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's
fine.
Go ahead.
So, but I remember even just kind of as a joke going, this is my wifey, this is my waifu, when people talked about that like on DeviantArt, and you know, there was all these comments and what, I'm just like, I don't understand, what is the social experience now of waifu? Because I don't get it, other than basically, this is a character that as we use it, and now seem to very drastically overuse it, this is the character I simp for, and they happen to be identified female at birth usually, because I don't think I've ever seen a single person go, this person is just a woman. It has to be, this is always, it's fine. Anyway, so, I want to know, and I mean this seriously, like, I don't get it, and it's confused me, because...
What makes them a waifu rather than just a character I like?
Right, because it was really funny, because so I watched, for example, a video from Mother's Basement, where it's this guy, he does anime reviews, and he was like, what's in a waifu was the title of the video, and I watched the whole thing, and I walked into it knowing very little about what the current standard of, like, waifuism is, and then I walked out of it still not having any goddamn idea what it was, other than this is my favorite woman character. And I love her, and she's cute. And that is basically all I have, and I don't understand it, and I don't get it, and I'm just like,
So my friend's having a moment here. And if you want to explain your take on waifu, please feel free. And in the meantime, and a better talker. I'm glad you enjoyed our date. Oh, I hide my excitement inside, in a clever little box that I've built just to hide Miki excitement. Me too. I am serious and doodly. So, aren't you going to invite me in to your hospital room after our date? Oh my God, this is such a... I'm standing on your doorstep waiting, except you're in a hospital.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was like.
He's got a broken leg and there are no adults, except for you. I invite you in? What? Where? Because you are a child. It's okay. In your apartment. That's how dates go, isn't it? She points to the door of my room. My apartment? You're ruining the fantasy, dude. You're not catching on. It's okay. This is in line with your character, though. But this is a hospital. Miki stares at me, aghast. I mean, with piercing eyes. Her lavender eyes eat through me.
My favorite thing about that is really just like, why would this character give any fucks about your main character at all, other than his random ability to pull speeches right out of his left butt cheek?
I don't know that she would like
seriously.
that at all, though. The thing is it makes no sense for these characters. There's no rapport built here in reference to anything that Mister is contributing that to them being valuable or, like connected to anything in their real life struggles. The fact that they're all just, I've met you and you're the hottest fucking thing I've ever seen. This 16-year-old is gonna wreck my entire life. If he talks at all, I can't even handle it because God, just so hot.
Which is fine, and I guess that's a certain type of fantasy, but I guess again the thing that, like, I get kind of tired of this crap. There's no, like, buildup of character, there's no chemistry, there's no ongoing conversations.
The weird thing is if you're trying to imply massive instant crush and huge sexual attraction, the level of intensity is way low for that.
Yeah, no
And so if
kidding.
you're trying to do relationship, there's very little information and experience for relationship. So it feels lost either way.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing where I'm like, if you just want to do the sexy nurse fetish game, just do hot and sexy and just go for it.
This game is lukewarm. Miki stares at me with piercing eyes. What are you talking about? This is your apartment. We're not in a hospital. You took me on a date out to breakfast. Oh, my. She's role-playing like we just got to my apartment. Yes, she is. And finally, we are into the full-on sex work. I don't know what to say. We've had a lot of fun on our date, and the drive home was super tiring. I just want to crash on the couch. Drive home. There's no car here. I recognize she's role-playing. I cannot understand she's role-playing. I don't know what to say. I was wondering if we can crash at your place. She says sexily, I was wondering if we can crash at your place. Who thinks ee-hee in their head?
I don't.
I think laughing in my head.
I think
She's definitely role-playing. You established it. Every other time you've told us that someone was doing something, oh, she's being sympathetic. She feels this way. She is relieved now. You're like, I will move forward as though this is the ultimate premise of all of existence. Now you're like, she is role-playing. And then it takes you 3 more tries to figure it out. How does that work?
Because everybody's roleplay friend is really bad.
Play along?
Everybody else's roleplay is really bad. My friend gave me the saddest face. It's fine. No, sorry.
I've been accused of being bad at role-playing.
No. It's so it is actually a reference. We have discussed this numerous times. Both of us have engaged in dumbass work conversations where people go tee role-playing, but you guys would never understand at all our sexy role-plays with our boyfriends, husbands, whatevers, And for the most part.
And the thing is the reason it's both of us listening, because when we worked in a manufacturing job together, this is the one time that we had, those are all the references that we have to working together. And when we were on a production line, you had a group of like 4 people often, or 5 people working in the same place, so we would hold conversations together. And all of the other mature, capable adult women were just like, yes, you are too young and naive to understand what it is like to try to seduce your boyfriend through roleplay. And we're both
And then
like,
we'd go, okay, how do you do that? And they would just kind of go, well, you wear a cute little stupid maid outfit, or you roleplay, and then you just like, oh no, whoops, let me blowjob. And it's like, was the most boring, I was like, I'm sorry.
The roleplay basically consisted of, I will wear a costume, say that I am that thing, and then do the sex.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that a roleplay?
Is that kinky?
Is that roleplay? I loved the one comedian. There was one comedian who actually did a roleplay skit, and I talked to my friend about it.
Oh, yeah, it was super funny.
It was so great. I had them listen to him, and he's like, okay, so, I'm with my partner, and, she's talking about we need to spice things up. We should do roleplay, right? And it's like, okay, so we talk about what kind of a roleplay to do, and I'm just going to try and summarize this here, and you're just going to have to sit through it, okay? Skip like 40 seconds ahead if you don't want to hear it. Okay, anyway, where she's just like, we should spice things up, and I was like, okay, so, like, what do you want to do? I've done some, like, game role-playing in the past, but no, never anything serious, right? And she's just like, oh, well, you could be like a university, like a professor, like my teacher, and I could be a student. He's like, okay, this is a thing. We can do this, right? And then she's like, okay, so I'm failing class, all right? And she puts on her cute little student outfit or whatever, right? And you're my teacher, and I've come to your office hours. I'm like, okay, so I've got on my Argyle sweater. I put on my tie, tucked into it, right? And she's like, teacher, I don't know what to do. Sits on my, the edge of the bed, send you asleep. This is my desk now. I'm failing. Yes, I know, your grades are abysmal. And I try and, find the role of teacher, right? And she's like, I would do anything to be able to pass your class. And so I go through and I look at it. I'm like, well, based on your prior grades, you're going to need a lot of extra credit. You're going to need to really dig into your final essay. You're going to need probably like peer-reviewed sources. Also, I can assign you an extra 14-page paper if you show that you have applied knowledge from the previous parts of the class. You can scrape by with a C. No, but you don't understand. I would do anything. And he's like, writing this paper and meeting these qualifications is within the realm of anything. Leans over the desk. Anything, teacher. And he's like, so I assigned you these things. Go do them. And she's like, and then my girlfriend's frustrated. And she's like, do you want to do this or not? And I'm like, I've got papers to grade and I need to get to a certain, to class. So you know what? You go watch a movie and I'll take care of that. It was amazing. It was really so funny. Good. That is the kind of role play I would sign up for. If that was somebody's like a date friend audition, I would solidly consider it. Be like, when I role play, I'm in character. If sex doesn't happen until our characters get to know each other, that's just how it's gonna be.
It's good. All right.
So, should I play along? Pretend to let her inside your apartment. I feel like he would be shit at playing along, and also since he's been confused this whole time.
But role-playing is for children.
Also, that doesn't sound right at all. So, oh my god, if those are his only two options, he would pretend to play along. Because he doesn't think role-playing is for children, he's just been confused. And I am very afraid of this scene, and I feel like my friend's eyeballs are going to fall out if I choose it.
It's fine. You can do it.
I feel like he would do it. I feel like he would just be
I don't have a soul anymore. We've been playing this game, and it hasn't ended. My friend, do you know how many fucking episodes
we have in this game? It's going to be 128 episodes exactly, and we'll both cry. This is how completionism really works. Okay, so he's going to pretend to let her inside of his apartment because he's finally figured out that she's role-playing. And in this one, it is unfortunately framed as you're being punished if you turn down this option. Like, the options have gotten a little more intense as we've gone along, where before they were more neutral. And this really is like, you're being childish kind of thing. Even though previously he really was very much oh no, it'd be stupid to hug her, I'm an asshole. But it's not like he would be telling her that it's childish. Anyway, since he's finally figured it out, I think he'd roll with it.
Sure, let's die inside.
This sounds like fun. I guess I'll play pretend as well. Goes into your room. Luisa's in there. Oh, hi, you're in my apartment too.
Louisa, what?
Hi, Miki. Oh, I'm just doing that cancel sign.
I had to throw it. Cut.
All right. Of course, you can come in and crash at my place. That's why we're here anyway. You're always invited to my apartment. Her blushing. Always? Always. So, shall we go in now? I've always wanted to see your bedroom, but you wouldn't let me. This is so random and so weird. And again, if you take this out of the context of the game, one in the context of the game, it's so random. On the other hand, Miki does like to be super impulsive and try and be edgy and throw you off guard. So this fits kind of for her, of just suddenly pulling something weird. On the other hand, like, just, again, somebody during their job, where it isn't actually a sex work hospital, which we've established this really is, whether they meant to write it or not, and just going, let me role play with this child that I am, taking care of as a patient, and I will, pretend to do sex times with them. It'll be great. I'll pretend to be their girlfriend.
You know what I love about this? You're really like, no, I'm going to do this. And I'm just like, I think at this point we have heavily established that this game
is insane. All right, I've changed my mind. It's about time you see where I live, breathe, and sleep. Those are the only things I do.
Poop.
Nope, I don't poop there. There's no bathroom in there. I'm a man. I don't poop.
I mean, if you talk to some straight women, they're like, that's all these men do is poop.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
oh my god.
I got so tired of listening to people shit on men for shitting. Like, I can't tell you where people are like, toxic masculinity is a problem. And I'm like, yeah, and you're a part of it. And they're like, what? And you're just like, you really are being a shit about them shitting. Just because they have poor, basically, self-care and regard, and they don't know how to basically help themselves in regards to eating better foods, or maybe doing something like, potentially, and I hate to say this, maybe like getting more exercise, or
just taking a multivitamin.
Right, taking a multivitamin maybe, which there's a lot of multivitamin shit that's like purely scam
complicated,
crap,
but the thing is like, I have heard so many women dunk on men's bathroom habits, and it's not about like, oh, they leave up the seat. It's more about they take 40 minutes to crap. And the thing is, it's like, and there's even dudes at work that do it to each other. There's a huge culture of shitting on guys for shitting. And it's like, you know what? Everyone poops. They said it in Shrek 3. Everyone poops, beauty. So just chill, okay?
Oh my God.
I don't care how toxic your masculinity is. You still poop. All right?
Get it out. Get that toxic masculinity out and in the toilet and flush it away.
On the other hand, okay, so I'm gonna debunk a weird little myth here right now. I've run into many men in my life, and I say that like 7 or 8 men, but that seems like a lot given how insane this is. Okay, who think that when you defecate, it is your body your body being inefficient and not using all the food you've given it properly. And I've met some girls that think that too, where it really is this idea of my body has failed to be efficient as a machine, and is if I poop. So if I'm eating perfectly and my body's working at optimum, I will never poop. And the thing is you are putting things in your body that it doesn't need. It's not unable to extract nutrients from those things and unable to digest them. It literally doesn't need all of that stuff. There are pieces of food that your body does not require to build the building blocks of itself.
There's also the fact, too, that part of the reason why you poop is because you're getting rid of basically excess cells. Like cells that there's a decay that are falling apart. Like you need
cells
to
that
shit.
are being recycled. It is a natural process. It does not mean your body is malfunctioning or that you have done a bad job or you are sick. Let's go inside.
God!
I pretend to take an imaginary key from my imaginary pocket. You need to say imaginary pocket. If you're hospital gown,
flips up his gown and flashes Miki seductively because that's dick pic territory. Grabs the key, sensuously pulls it back aside, and then gets the key and goes, "Are you ready?" Wiggling in his little wheelchair.
Miki gets an eyeful as I pretend to go for the key. Wow. From my imaginary pocket. And I use it to unlock the door. Good thing this hospital's so completely empty and has no schedule for anything, otherwise we might get caught. Voila! Come in, my pretty date. That is what the dudes say to you. There is the pickup line. There is that is the panty dropper right there. That is the deal clencher. Come in, my pretty date.
I mean, if you're drunk, that might be the hottest thing you've heard in a while.
It's true. Pretty date. Gosh, that's not even he's like, it's a wild line. Sounded corny. We both enter
at the same
time. Her knees get jammed against the door
wheelchair
frame and the wheelchair. You both get stuck. Ow. My. Your room looks so pretty. Oh, this is the outside of the apartment. This is actually my living area. Takes her to the bathroom. This is my bedroom.
Oh God. I live here now.
I'm trying to make rooms out of the space. Pulls the curtain that we've never used around. This is my bedroom.
Honestly, I've seen people like take areas where they're like literally don't have really any space at all. They try to like jokingly go, and this is the expanse that is my living room. There's like a chair.
I have seen someone give a whole tour, like a grand like mansion tour of their studio apartment. So if you don't know, studios don't even have a room. It's just a one room unit, and some of them don't even have a separate bathroom. Really, they just have a bathroom corner. Kind of thing. And then they're like, here's the kitchen, and it's like a foot of counter space and a sink kind of thing. And then here's my dining room, which is a table squished next to that. Over here is the bedroom. You turn around, it is a bed squished to the wall. And then there's the living room, which is a chair immediately next to the bed kind of thing. It's pretty funny. So pretty. Glad you like it. This is where the magic happens. Suddenly, I'm going to quote every bad movie line I've ever heard trying to be on an actual date. Ken, it was the worst.
Ken, oh my God, please.
Like, I wanted to laugh, but he was totally serious, so I don't.
And so I didn't know if I could laugh.
I don't.
I was worried that I would actually hurt his very serious seeming feelings.
Yep, hi. Nikki pretends to look around as if seeing the place for the first time. Gently, she closes the door behind us.
She catapults me out of the wheelchair and onto the bed.
Yes! So, there's actually like a foot pedal in the back on wheelchairs to just, kick people out like ejector seat style and just pull onto the bed.
Pike! You crash over the edge of the framework around the bed, breaking your leg again, but you're just like, so hot, so sexy.
I was gonna say, leg is fine because it landed on the bed. You broke 2 ribs. This was the sexiest moment of my life.
Brilliant.
So good. I feel sweat drip down my forehead as I hear the door shut.
Oh God.
You didn't even start sweating yet. Man, your profuse, intense, immediate sweating is a deal, my dude.
I'm so tired.
So, Miki's voice sounds sultry all of a sudden. Oh, sorry.
So,
So, mister, what have you got in mind? So, mister, what have you... You make
back time
so much fun. Oh, dear. All right, sultry.
You're my very best.
All of a sudden, oh, my God. Oh, boy, what is about to happen? I wish I knew. Pulls out a rubber ducky from behind her clipboard. Well, what don't you just want to see?
Her flips a little switch, it starts vibrating.
Bzzz. That can't fit in any of my orifices.
I wasn't going to make it fit.
Oh, God. All right, well, everybody, if you like our ridiculous stylings, our storytellings, and also our positing on things that, like, men do poop, please feel free to join us for another round of this. Also, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. Leave the comments. We do love them. Even if it was just you dying laughing, it's lovely to hear. And in the meantime,
I have been Scandal.
and I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you.
Bye!